Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
You wouldn't be excited, would you?
No, I would be expecting a bomb to drop any moment on the other end. So here we go. Envy starting out on Dust 2.
Let's see how they do. I mean, they really got beat up badly. Pushing middle against a P250 is pretty dangerous. That P250 could do a lot of damage, and they might have even heard the sound of it. Ryan takes a shot in the shoulder and then in the face, and the face one was way worse.
Yeah, the face one hurt a lot more than the shoulder one. He certainly didn't mix up his timings with that peak. Now, it's not all lost with that kill, because Moose has control of upper and lower dark, so you can actually see Envy's able to rotate players over to the A bomb site. Some spam coming out through the smoke. They need to get a player to rails. That number 8 player, Nifty, he stopped, and that might be the end. There's one player now. Good shot from Calyx, as Christine mentioned. He needs to have a good start on Dust 2. Now back to Long. He's got an idea that there's a flanker, but he's trapped between a rock and a hard place.
And smart play from Slowy, just showing himself, forcing Calyx to stick around. Now back to the middle, causing a little bit of trouble in the rotation, but Dodo's still gone down. And it's a 3-on-4 here, and the retake is looking very good. Sorry, with one more headshot stands up. There's a lot of targets there, and too much to inbound line. They know exactly where Slowy is, so he has to be very quick. And they're already defusing, even getting the kill. Oh, it's out in the open. 1 second left, and he's gonna get the shot. I can't believe it. Taking down Nifty. That's so ridiculous. Now Calyx trying to see if he can catch him, but he's back around the corner. This is such a round for Slowy. He's picked up the kit, but he's back to try and stop this from happening. A second on the defuse. No! Unreal.
Oh, that's got to feel so painful. When you just peek up and have a little one tap to the face of the diffuser the first time around, and the second one takes 15 bullets, you're just like, why is the Glock like this? Why has it betrayed me in such a fashion? You have to say, Envy didn't rotate enough players, I thought, to railing, but they made this smart decision of that fast flank up catwalk. They got 2 players up catwalk before HAVU was ever even ready for it. So they managed to slide some people into a gap in that attack from HAVU.
That was absolutely ridiculous, wasn't it? Hard to justify. But I mean, Envy looked like they should have won the round even before all of that,
yes,
you know, got put into play. I guess that's the one thing you could think about. They have that AK-47, and that can be really dangerous. They're looking to try and hit this B-bomb site very hard and very fast, but there are 2 people, and could be a third one in Nifty, who could maybe swing into the window with that scout as well.
Calyx has another smoke he can put down in the halls if he wants, but he's playing gun out for the moment, which isn't the wrong decision by any means. Here comes the hit through the smoke. Calyx has the first and the second kill. Moose is able to keep space, but Calyx kills him so quick he hasn't even been able to get involved. Now he falls, but the B-bomb site is still well defended. That M4 at the back plat in K-sharp position. Old school call out there. Zori trying to isolate Nifty.
Zori trying his best to do a little bit of damage. Could have worked out well, but Hoodie's going to be alone in a 1 versus 3, and with low health as well. He into Nifty. He could have maybe taken him down if he was hitting that shot clean on and not through the edge of the box, but there's the kill coming in, so they'll defend the round. These days, I usually associate K-Sharp with the drink now.
Yeah, I do too, in some ways.
Yeah.
Nice little
good ways.
Vodka pineapple juice. This gave me the worst hangover I've ever had.
All right.
2-0. K-Sharp had a system on every map that he played. He always wanted to play the positions that had an L in them. He really enjoyed traversing on L's, so like Rapside on Inferno.
That's incredibly weird.
It is.
I have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, it's the only position he'll play.
Okay, well, that's some good trivia. Moose shooting people now in the back of the head, sword left on 1 health. They just want to try their... Oh, that is a nice double nade from Ryan, and then followed up, obviously, with the FAMAS. So triple in the round for him, and 3-0 in favor of Envy. Much more power in this beginning here for Envy. See if they can keep it up, or if they're going to let HAVU back in the game early on here when they can buy rifles. Yeah,
we'll see how these first few gun rounds go. AWP on Nifty, AWP on Zori, who is spectacular with it on Mirage. Actually, that's something we'll keep our eye on the second half when HAVU switches to defensive. They want to bring out the double off because it was so effective on Mirage. Quick boost onto Catwalk for Nifty with that op. Peering towards top mid. And there's an Xbox smoke, so he's allowed to sit there a little bit longer as he's protected somewhat, at least in terms of visibility from Dodo.
Starting to become a little bit of a theme now for HAVU having this one guy in, clearing upper and lower dark. I guess it's fine because there's no way for Envy to know that unless they've been watching demos. The smoke went away like you were talking about, the one that was defending him, and Nifty wanted to stick around a second longer.
Yeah, that was a mistake from Nifty. Probably didn't have the timing on the smoke internally, or even looking at the clock just to know when it's going to fade, but he gets punished for it, so stays way too aggressive. Flashbang coming out mid. Ryan wants information. That's a noise cue, and it's punished. That's too easy. Those 2 kills are way, way too easy for HAVU.
I agree.
And here's the thing. This is where we talk about fundamental team Counter-Strike from HAVU, because it's nothing spectacular. It's just you're getting these 1 or 2 kills, even on Mirage, when you're kind of still spread out in your default, which means when you do eventually start to pressure parts of the map with just 2 or 3 players and actually aggress, there's always someone in a position elsewhere to punish a rotation, to punish a player trying to make a play, to gather information that's going to help the team win the round. They're just playing very, very solid, basic stuff.
At least they're going to get the AK-47. A little bit of a hunt maybe coming in. But they've lost the AWP, which again, that was one of the things we were praising HAVU for on that Mirage CT side, just keeping the expensive guns alive. They're going to get to save the AK, I guess, but...
Well, the question becomes, does Envy want to buy in this next round? I think they will. Mihu's going to be fine. I think Moose is going to drop an AWP over to Nifty, so they'll have it again. Calyx is hurting for money. But I think if you're Envy, you just rebuy right back into this round with an AWP and 3 rifles.
And that's exactly what they'll do. Scout being picked up in the meantime also, on top of the AWP. But yeah, those just seem like some slightly silly kills going their way. The thing that I kind of am having a rough time with is I actually want Nifty to play a little bit aggressive with that AWP. So I don't want him to just be like a passive AWPer. I think that is the strength that they have Envy theoretically, right? Is they should be able to have Nifty have a couple of rounds where he just shuts it down, but it just, when it backfires, it looks so silly, doesn't it?
All right, bit of a crazy exchange from Dodo. Again, that lone man in upper dark for the moment. Pressuring the defenders at B, perhaps forcing some utility out. Another deep smoke. But Catwalk has 3 players from HAVU aggressing upon it. And it's Nifty with the AWP at an off angle.
Gonna be falling back pretty quick. Slowy did spot him out.
2, I think. I think he spotted both. He's going to call one out. One was in the bomb site, one was on the top of the ramp, and probably in the site now. But Mihu's getting aggressive, and that might surprise them. They're going to jump right around. The Molotov holds him back, spamming through the smoke. Oh dear, he's done so much damage, but he never had a clean glimpse of his targets.
I mean, they still set themselves up to come right back in this round. Hoodie will go down. Dodo will take out Ryan, so now alone on the bomb side is Nifty, and the fact that they're low on health maybe doesn't matter as much when it's the AWP. He's going to be dropped by Slowy, a clean kill with the Krieg, and in spite of all of the damage, look at that, 2, 4, and 12 health left on Slowy, Dodo, and Sori, and they're still looking primed to win the round.
And because of the force-up, there's no HE grenade on Nifty that would have been so useful to just toss behind that smoke after the initial contact. Oh, that's going to be so frustrating.
I like the push from Mihu. I mean,
I do too. I had no problem with it.
He needed 2 more bullets on 2 players there, and it would have been pretty much a shutdown.
And I mean, it's hard too, because as we saw with the X-ray and with him spamming, like if he had just continued the spam instead of trying to find a new target, he would have had probably 1, maybe 2 of those kills, but you just can't ever be sure that in the moment when you're shooting into smoke. Very unfortunate for him. And a second round on the board now for HAVU.
It's not even just that they have the second round. It's the fashion in which they've got them so far. I mean, they did almost end up getting wrecked there on the catwalk, but...
Well, 4 players survive in a victory that round. 3 players survive in a victory in the previous round as well. So HAVU starting to grow money, meanwhile taking it away from Envy.
It's a bit of a fight down the middle. All he could face really is the scout, and that's not going to be much of a challenge at the moment. Calyx holding the back plateau with the scout, while the AK-47 is on Moose all the way over at the A-bomb side, with the rest of the team all stacked up together, which makes a lot of sense. If the AK goes down, you'd at least love to be able to pick it up and continue the fight with it. And HAVU not taking too big of a risk here. Maybe Hoodie jumping down alone over at Pit could be a little bit of danger. But once he's there, it's such an amazing position to have.
Slowy, Zori, and Saw about to take control of Catwalk. Molotov out.
Wow.
He's going to trap 2 USPs, might even force the AK further back in a more difficult way to help his team. 2 flashbangs coming in for the attack, and there's plenty of bodies here, and they all fall. 3 quick kills for HAVU, taking catwalk control, and it's just this AK-47 left. No matter how good he does in front, he's going to get taken down from behind. And even Dodo, free kill. He turns into, he's had some very effective rounds lurking after having upper dart control.
Now it's less exciting because they all had, or mainly had pistols on the catwalk there, but that round should be, Counter-Strike textbook. Use the Molotovs to segment off one player, flash the other 2 up close, and go and clean them out. That was all, it's all very good.
Ooh, it's a double save as well for Envy. Painful. Oh. Painful stuff. Some upgraded pistols.
They've got HEs.
3 HE grenades. 4, excuse me, all headed towards long, but it's disjointed. It was delayed coming out. They'll have a chance here. 2 nades in. Here they come. They tag Saw. It's about as perfect as you could have hoped for, but actually, if they had thrown all 4 nades in, they might have gotten a double kill out of it. Slowly down very low. Again, it's just nearly impossible to take these guys down in the initial fight.
If they'd thrown all the grenades, yeah, that would have been double killed, but
oh,
no way to know that. HAVU taking out Dodo, and suddenly we're in a 4-on-3. They haven't recovered any of the rifles. They're going to be able to get one in the middle, but if they're quick about it here, HAVU, they have the smokes to make the crossing. Maybe they can still turn this around.
Actually, I don't even think you should smoke the cross here. I think you just swing and take the fight, maybe with a pop flash, but you have to know you have the advantage of rifle, so don't let them know you're coming. And there it is. Good trade from Hoodie.
You're right. That's exactly what they did.
That's also, ooh, good nade. They're very low. Still a chance for Envy to win this round. Krieg in the hand of Calyx with 100 HP.
And now would be the time for one of those jump shots. The boosts could be pretty effective too, but really often people are going to be watching for it. And now the smoke is gone, it makes it even more risky. Sorry, creeping in close with the AWP. He's going to have one chance here and then. Hoodie on the crossfire. So, yeah, they're going to have to do it right here. Calyx going down, and Nifty trying to see if he can follow it up. He's picked up the Krieg, but that smoke, yeah, he's really paranoid about it. Going to be setting it up again. Nice kill on Sorian, but Hoodie, I don't think he oh, he does! Nifty!
He just guessed.
Heads up play.
He just went for it.
Yeah.
And he got very fortunate. Hoodie was staying inside. That is an unneeded peek from Zori. I don't know if he has this. It's,
I think he has
he's got it, yeah. Very, very close, and he's able to pick up the op, but that is a misplayed 2-on-1 from HAVU. Props to Nifty for just taking the chance, shooting inside the smoke. Low HP player goes down with ease, but that peek from the site was never needed from Zori.
No, it really wasn't. That's, do you think at that point in time they think we probably just have it? Like, that's it? They're so low on health, surely not.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to question a way in which your brain would tell you that was the play to make. You just use the bomb as a third teammate. Just go chill, just go hide in a corner, play for yourselves, play delay tactics. And unfortunately, even Hoodie, I don't even mind him playing that close because he was trying to be supportive of his teammate in a 2-on-1 where they had low HP. There's nowhere to really fall back at that point afterwards, but man, did that backfire.
They've been able to get this pit even when Hoodie's been alone. So, and now they put up that wall you see there, so that they can definitely have it.
I think we'll see HAVU start battering towards long A pretty soon. I mean, they've as you've mentioned, they've taken it so many times with ease that why not keep going? It's such a powerful position to hold as the T side. And you can really test Envy's A defense to see if they can stop you from being able to creep up and set up and execute onto the A bomb site. And at this point, surely they're aware. They have to have known since Dodo has punished them so many times that he likes to lurk in those lower tunnels. Good find. Mihu's got aggressive. How much does HAVU want to commit to stop him from falling back?
The problem is Moose is going to be pushing him behind him with an AWP and actually pushing all the way into T-spawn. They're in so much trouble here, HAVU, and they don't even really know it yet. They actually flashed Dodo to try and take that fight, but the flash was way behind Mihu at that point in time. It didn't even bother him at all.
It would have worked for a long portion of that round, but Mihu just stepped up to get aggressive in front of it. And now Moose with the flank, nothing to do, which is probably a good thing. They're not even going to see that he's flanked the whole way. Good win from Envy. 5-3. And again, we'll keep track of that misplayed 2 versus 1 because this has given Envy 2 rounds in a row that they probably shouldn't have had. It's given them extra money, considering Nifty was able to bring it up into the next round after that 1v1 victory. He's got $8,300 on the Opera of Envy.
As much as we've been talking about some of the mistakes from Envy and you know, some of the issues, I actually think 5-3 early on CT side of Dust 2 is pretty good. I'm actually pretty optimistic about their chances here to do a good job on this map. If they can win this upcoming round, HAVU are going to be out of money once again, and suddenly Envy could go on a bit of a run. So I think they're doing a fine job. They've also got 2 Kriegs on their side, which is not to be underestimated. And a completely default kind of a setup here. Oh, Dodo going down. I was about to say, maybe what they could have done with Hoodie playing outside alone like this is he could have set up the smoke for mid and gotten for like a B split. They're gonna get Moose killed in the middle, and maybe that'll help them out a little bit.
They found an opening. They want to go for it, and they're right on the edge. HAVU's gonna peek into the nades being thrown, but it's a little slow. So he's dropped. And here comes the attack. Calyx inside of the B bomb site is the only one. He's got to be aggressive. He's got the first. He knows there was another player there. The dink isn't enough. And he had no head armor, so the Galil is a killing shot.
Look at Saw. He sees it coming. He knows Ryan would try and push it. And even not getting the kill, it's like, how do you rotate to help out B when you know that there's a guy on the stairs just waiting for you?
You can't. You have to clear it out because he can stop Nifty from crossing over. And at this point, it's taken so long and they're so far ways away. It's going to be a round for HAVU. Nice double kill from Slowy.
I mean, Calyx, he was, what, a bullet away from taking out Slowy, and then they probably win the round. So that's how close I think that probably was. Ryan was pretty quick to make the push out long, which is also, I mean, that's important to recognize, I guess. But they needed to stay alive for just a second longer, and that wasn't going to be possible. So a fourth round for HAVU. And again, remember, they would have had to have saved if they'd lost this round. So for them to win it, even look at them winning it. Saw has, what, 3,700? That's it.
Yeah. They're going to buy again, obviously, out of the victory. It's Envy who's going to have to dig deep into the pockets, although they're sitting pretty nice as well with their economy. Double up setup with Moose and Nifty. Very, very strong buy for the defensive side. And they're not out of cash just yet either, so they might even be able to buy in the next round if they sustain a loss. You're exactly right, though. HAVU has won the economy game in this series so far. They have not had to worry about money, even on Mirage. They were doing a good job of saving weapons even in a loss. Dodo gonna jump right around the edge of the Molotov. Moose is aggressive again into upper B halls. Maybe he's starting to realize that it's just Dodo.
Well, he was playing this position last time. That's why he was so quick to push, right? And no one found him, so he's like, I'm just gonna do it again.
Yeah, let's go for it one more time.
I mean, that is infuriating, isn't it? If you're a T player coming to this angle and he's just in the middle of the hallway, you're like, why? Why are you just standing there?
It's a hard one to clear out, especially if you're trying to be quiet and kind of mask what's going to be coming. You don't want to throw a flashbang. You don't want to let them know that there's players ready to execute in upper dark. Catwalk control, though, for HAVU with 4 players here, and this looks like a standard set piece towards that A bomb site. There is a stack. Mihu gonna replay the round he had just earlier where he did so much damage but no kills. He looks like he wants to get aggressive around the edge of these smokes.
This is a dangerous position to be in, and Slowy will clear it immediately.
He spotted it.
Hit, and they absolutely know where Nifty is. He's burning a lot to that Molotov, and more grenades are going to be coming in. They still have one on Hoodie. He's in the middle, though. They're just going to do it manually instead. 3 people to clear him out, and Envy need to save, I think.
Again, two players in the A bomb site, though. There's no cohesion there. It's one thing if Mihu wants to push around the edge of the smoke and battle, but if he's just going to jump up on that box, there's no way Nifty can really help him. And you're good for, it's a 1-for-1 spot as well. And unfortunately, as the flashbangs bomb over from HAVU, Nifty can't hear anything. He doesn't know how close they are to railing with the footsteps. So perfect set piece from HAVU.
You were really well done. And I think Envy, they were so close to making this a very, very good first. I think they could have had 7 rounds, and they could have been like 7-3 at this particular point in time. But if they stay at 5, I don't know if that's going to be quite enough. Now they lost Calyx as well, bleeding rifles when they desperately need them. And Moose here, even not completely out of danger. Dodo is actually flanking around. He's going to not run for it, but if he had, maybe it would have been possible. Regardless, all tied up now at 5-5. And HAVU, I mean, still I think showing some cool strength here.
Yeah.
And he jumps over to see it.
Yes, and that's exactly how they spotted earlier when they did that same exact set piece. Someone jumped over the smoke, got information of where the 2 players were, and then they hit the execute. So 5-5, we're going to get a timeout from Envy. They can still buy in this round. Moose can drop at M4 over to Calyx to be able to have weapons. Nifty and Mihu can do their own thing. So still going to be some resistance, but Envy, they're on the verge. This is going to be their last chance. They run out of money after this round if they invest. Which I think, by the way, that you do. I think you have the money to go for a strong buy, so just go for it.
You can't quite close out their economy if you do it, but yeah, I mean, you kind of want to see Envy with some flex here, don't you? I mean,
yes. You'd like, to your point earlier as well, where you said it could have been 7-3. You'd like to see Envy have a better, obviously a better lead than this.
Yeah.
Especially considering Nifty won that 1 versus 2 that came out of nowhere.
That should have been the moment, right?
Yeah, that should have been one where they grabbed a little bit more of a hold on this match, and they've kind of let it slip back away. So
Tech issue.
Yeah, we had a timeout, a tactical timeout into a technical timeout.
You know, one of the people that works for the HAVU organization is Disturbed. Did you remember him from early Finnish Counter-Strike?
I didn't know him. I recognized the name.
Great guy. I was actually tremendously disappointed. He was like, he was already kind of a veteran early on in Global Offensive. I mean, having played 1.6 and all the rest of it.
Yep.
But he had like a weird career. I remember because he was kind of not really a very impressive player early on in Global Offensive, and then he just massively rose, and then he quit doing it. Like I never really understood why. I was like, well, but there's a couple of Finnish players like that.
As soon as they got good, they're like, all right,
yeah, I'm out. Do you want to do something else?
Yep.
So, but well, I think he's part of running the organization now, which I think is great news.
Cool.
He's a very cool guy. And now we're back. No more tech issues.
No more tech issues. It was a quick one.
Been swift. Something minor.
TeamSpeak probably.
TeamSpeak. Someone, I don't know, unplugged the mouse in the middle of it.
Spilled some water.
It's always a way. Spilled some water. That's it. Well, at least water is salvageable.
Some peanut butter and jelly into the keyboard.
It's the soft drinks into the keyboard that really will screw it up.
Yeah, that's no good. All right, Nifty wants to get aggressive. You like this. Long control again for HAVU right off the bat. We haven't seen Envy. They don't want to contest it. Which,
no,
I mean,
they really don't.
It's fair play. Like, if you don't have confidence in being able to hold long, don't put manpower there just to lose it, just to have some defense. I don't mind them making the switch and deciding to go heavy catwalk throughout this half. Unfortunately, doesn't always seem to have worked that route either.
Look at Calix and Moose already checking out Upper Dark.
And they've had this control in Upper Dark. This is a problem with the defense. You have this information. You have had so many times you've been able to clear Upper Dark and have that control and shrink the map, but you're not able to capitalize on it. No one is actually rotated over. They're going to go for the fast flank off Catwalk, but that's less effective considering no one has actually come Catwalk from HAVU. You're just joining up with teammates who are already there, and you're going to get blocked off. Look, there's 2 more smokes. There's a Molotov. Yeah. So you're just joining up with teammates who are also equally going to be blocked off by this utility.
Yeah, but Calix has another HE and a Molotov. That grenade could change everything. If he lands it on top, there's Nifty instead with a kill on Saw. And no more grenades coming in. Mihu will get the kill on Hoodie instead. And let's see, 3 versus 4 now. Slowly coming in for the retake. Knife out, and he goes down to Mihu immediately. And Sori's holding this, but with the orb at range, that is not that good. They have 2 more smokes. It should be very, very doable for them to get the defuse in, but they actually peek before the smoke even goes up. Now he peeks into Nifty, and that is going to be the round. A little bit risky there. They're going to be on top of it with the kit as well. That was, I mean, it looked like it was a good round for Envy because they survived with 3 members alive, but man, that could have backfired.
It's very similar. It's like it's the same round as we saw in Mirage, a 4-on-4 retake that all the kills went to HAVU retaking it. This is the same situation, just with the teams reversed. It should have been a very powerful hold from HAVU. They had everything going for them. They had smokes to put up. Too many players got picked off before the actual attack came in. Missed opportunity with the AK, picking off Nifty early on. HAVU had plenty of advantages that were just thrown away. So 6-5 in the favor of Envy.
They don't save any creeks on the enemy side. I guess they had 2 orbs, but surely one of the M4s could have been a creek. Maybe a minor detail.
Maybe they're not creek players.
In 2020?
Are you a creek player, Andrew?
Everyone is a creek player now.
Oh, right. Slowy wants to challenge out mid. Mihu's at an off angle. Didn't expect this position from him last time. And Slowy's just going to gain position, a very powerful position to punish anyone rotating out of the B bomb site. If they can flash Nifty back, that might actually force someone to become a target for Slowy. Here's that upper dark push from Envy as well. They found a timing for it. It's going to be clear. So again, they have the information. Again, they can shrink the map.
So much info to work with. That grenade. It looked like Hoodie wanted to block his teammates from catching it. There
we go. There's another round that's going to be right here. That play from Slowy. He's got position in mid, apply a little bit of a pressure to the A bomb site, and Slowy pounces to punish the player in CT spawn who's rotating back to support the A bomb site. That is Dust 2 101.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, Calix. Oh, no, he's a little bit early on the trigger. 25 seconds left. Let's see if they can buy enough time. They're actually going to fall back. That's madness. Sub 20 seconds, and they're going to be running out the middle now. Dodo will go down. Moose here to pick it up. He needs another one, but he can't get it, and that leaves the B-bomb side alone and undefended. Nifty missing a chance to be like, I believe that HAVU found a way to do this. What a turnaround. They would have got crushed if they had come up that catwalk. There would have been the AWP. There would have been Ryan down there. He still has a flashbang, as you could tell. He could have bought even more time. That would have been such a nightmare. Now Envy, I don't even know what they do at this point in time. That's a real slap in the face.
Yeah, you just save. In HAVU, they just did the math. They said it doesn't matter if Moose in middle or if whoever in middle can pick off two of us. We're still going to be able to make it to the B bomb site. They know the defense was all primed for an A hit. They know it's been players on railing. They know it's been a player at long. They realize how far away they are from the B bomb site. So that's a knockout punch.
Oh, if you're Calix, you feel so bad at that moment, don't you?
Yeah.
Because what, 28 seconds, I think it was, when he got shot in the face, and then it's all just downhill.
They've had some powerful flanks in this game, but HAVU did a really good job that round of recognizing the possibility.
If I told you Envy were going to be playing a CT side where, like, you know, so far 4 out of 12 rounds, I think maybe even more, but at least 4 rounds, they've been able to hold Upper Dark on the CT side, you'd say, well, then they're probably crushing. Like, just if that was the only info you knew about the game, you'd be like, yeah, then they're probably doing incredibly well. That's so much to work with.
Yeah, scary prospect if they're not able to capitalize on those advantages.
Still 6-6 is, I mean, it's actually still a pretty good half for Envy, all things considered. It just doesn't feel that way because they're losing some of these engagements. I love this boost, but not gonna get to use it.
And mostly because they haven't, ooh, nice kill from Ryan. It's because they haven't been able to go on any kind of a streak. They had 2 rounds in the middle of this half so far that went their way, but mostly it's the 3 rounds off the pistol that have given them a buffer. This is a good round for Envy so far. Position inside the smoke, Dodo's got that. Now we need to get into the site. Calix jumping in, he's exposed and he can't find anything. Oh, it's a disaster. They seem to have a solid B-hold, and they're just throwing bodies at the problem, but it's not coordinated. And HAVU's gonna be ready for all of the follow-up peaks.
I am all for throwing bodies at the problem, but do it all at the same time. Not one at a time like just happened. Nifty goes down. Man, that needed to be either everyone or no one.
3 dead players in or around the window of the B bomb site.
Yeah. That was a little bit rough. And Moose even, he got the kill when they were inside of the smoke. He did a lot of damage to a second player.
Yeah, that would usually seal the round generally for the defensive side.
It's kind of hard to deal with, isn't it? Down the middle, looking to make a crossing. Moose will take one for the team. But they're going to be running for it. They've already called it out, saying, well, they were very late to cross, so just go B.
Go challenge. And they already have the site. Zori's going to stick around. He's got a teammate with him, Hoodie, so he's not in a whole lot of danger. Good shot from Zori. One down below. He's got that with ease. Taking his time with these shots. That third one is stellar.
That's not bad. Zori, kind of impressing us. I remember he was the one to lead the charge early on, at least on Mirage, with 13 or 14 to 1 or something like that as a score. Only 13-7 now. That's still pretty good. 12-7 on Slowy. And an 8-6 scoreline. We've got auto snipers down the middle. T-side auto snipers. 3 of them. They are just going to be bombing through. They hear the rain of fire going on. They just went, oh no! Moose! He got too close.
He's taking another one for the team. And I'd be surprised if Dodo doesn't just press the issue again. Very late on the rotation. He's already knocking on the door of the B bomb site.
Well, it's forced everyone to rotate. There's no one on A at all.
There's another tag as Ryan goes back to the A bomb site. Hoodie's getting caught off guard here. Good kill from Mihu. This is a weird round, and I think if you're a player, if you're HAVU, you have no idea really how to handle this situation. So everyone's going to take a deep breath. Everyone's going to slow it down. Saw dodges the flashbang. He knows what's coming next. What a good read. What a better double kill.
I think Duncan was talking about this on the desk. One of the reasons why we've maybe been, you know, slightly underselling HAVU as a team that could do a lot more is because we haven't seen some of these individual performances, and that's what we're seeing. That's what I think that was Duncan's point as well. And I kind of, you know, looking at this, you see, yeah, that actually is starting to look a little bit more reasonable.
Yeah, I would agree. Because we've known they have the tactics and the teamwork down. It's all about those individuals shining, and here against Envy, that's happening. All of it is the tactical prowess.
You were saying, I agree,
yeah,
in a way that sounded absolutely like you weren't agreeing, Jason. It's one of those things again.
I think now that you've said that, it probably sounds more true than it was originally.
All right. It's gained in strength.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You put words to the magic.
Ryan, I don't think it's going to be having any kind of magic at all. For Mars, no health in a 1 versus 4. 9 rounds first half here for HAVU. That's amazing. I think they've done a very, very good job. I don't think Envy are out of it by any means, because 6 rounds is still pretty doable, but...
They went on a 6-1 run to close that half in the last 7 rounds. That's very admirable from HAVU. That's nice. I really enjoyed that half out of them.
Yeah.
They're up 9-6. Envy still have a chance to come back in the second half. We'll have to see if they can do it. So stay tuned to Flashpoint.
Welcome back. 9-6 in the first half in favor of HAVU. Pretty good T side, all things considered. We'll see how they do getting into the CT side here on the second map. I don't know. I'm liking this team more and more. I did have them picked up as my dark horse for the tournament in some sense.
Yeah.
But I actually think they're improving steadily over time even.
This is probably the best look I've seen out of them in this event so far, which is very cool. And by the way, if Mirage has anything to go on, or the first half of this map, they seem to just know how to rotate across this map and work together very efficiently. So this could be a dangerous CT side pushing into lower dark. VU on top of the box can only get the one. Dodo's going to push forward more. They want to crunch. And I can't believe he's got a third kill. That is so gross.
Yeah. They would arrest him if they could, but it turns out he's shooting at them. Calyx and Moose now 2-on-3, trying to see if they can take the bomb site. Saw will get a kill and then is traded right away, and that's going to be an easy kill for Hoodie. I'm going to have to see a replay, especially of that third kill from Dodo. That looked disgusting.
That was a quick little one-tap. He's just like, I'll see what I can find. I'll see if they give me one here. And they've done just that.
It was like on a one-tap on a player that was basically exiting his screen. He was like, oh, you're not getting away.
And there was a second player, so he only had time to just take the one shot, right? Yeah. He was just like, let's see what I can get with this one little bullet.
Curving the bullet, wasn't he?
He's done it. That movie's great. I know you love it. It's your favorite.
It's not. Nifty down the middle with a deagle. That's looking promising. I could see that being a 1D. Sorry, though. He's smoking that off himself, so they definitely know that there's some shenanigans going on.
You might as well make the run for it at this point, Zori. Ooh, shot in the face. Slowy was trying to help. He does get the trade at the very least. And Slowy's got to be careful of the double doors. Tag onto Calyx, who's down very, very low. Who'll go for the spam. You know you want to. You know you want to.
Definitely wanted to. Ryan trying to sneak through the smoke there. It looks like they've got things more or less under control here. Just now is where HAVU, again, this is where you want the experience to shine through. And again, the teamwork. Just say, you know what? calm it down a little bit here.
And Hoodie was even backing away before Saw came up to double up, so he's got a double kill out of it just all on his own, but
that's fine.
His teammate was there to pick up the pieces if need be. 5-round lead for HAVU.
I completely agree with what you were saying there. Like, you could see Hoodie was thinking, okay, I don't need to challenge this any further. Then his teammate showed up, but then it's fine, you know. I don't mind that they're fighting two people and some Molotovs. But those are the little details, right? Because if you are Hoodie and you go fight middle and you lose the rifle and it's a 3-on-3, no reason to be giving them anything here. 11-6, and they still can't buy on the Envy side.
Half investment. Ooh, some P250s. There's so much utility.
One of these is a scout holding it. If Dodo goes down, this B bomb site is done, but the Molotov at least will buy a little bit of time. Slowy's all the way back, so it's going to be all on the Dodo in the back of the bomb site here. With an M4 at the very least, some flashbangs to try and help him out, but he's flashed as well. Slowy gets a kill with the USP instead, and Dodo doing well more than he should here. This is so impressive. Nice triple kill. They actually had him. They had everything they wanted there. Nifty fighting back, but it's too little and too late. Good teamwork. That could have been awful.
Well, you saw the logic. I mean, Dodo just putting a smoke down in front of his own face at those tall boxes, the double stack, just to give himself the ability to move around in the bomb site. His teammates throwing flashbangs into the sky behind him. So even if he gets flashed, it's fine because his opponents are flashed as well. Buys him those few seconds to get his gun set. You're right. With the scout there, that could have been a very dangerous round, and HAVU handled it perfectly. Perfectly.
It's also the fact that they weren't peeking deep into the hallways, right? So once he gets the fight, they're out. They've already fanned out into that, you know, wide angle from his point of view, which is really not what you want. You want to try and keep that angle as small as you can at all times.
Double Molotov in towards the long cave is going to allow Hoodie to get set up next to the pit. Zori there with the op as well, so a delayed flashbang is going to be necessary. And, ooh, it actually even misses it. Smart, but he needs that kill. He can drop into safety if he wants, but he fought to the death. Admirable. But Envy have control of long.
Be waiting for a push, and I don't blame them. Again, think about what was happening on Mirage and how much HAVU were pushing. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be doing this on Dust 2 as well. It's a map that's, you know, perfectly made for it. Slowy, speaking of which, down the middle with a scout. I don't know if I'd be pushing with a scout here. If someone was on that box standing up.
It's a perfect angle for it.
Yeah?
Headshot only.
I mean, that's a way to look at it.
Dodo is
with
real moles. Dodo is hanging on to his smoke as well, so any indication that the B hit is coming, he can drop that and slow things down, but everyone's rotated away. There might just be a timing where he puts it down. Ooh, off angle. How is this going to work out? Mihu's got a nade in hand. What? They both do. This is awkward. Mihu's going to take... Oh, he's so blind, but he's got the kill anyways, and a double kill. He had the third. He's just running and gunning while blind, and it makes no sense. It should have never worked out that perfectly for him.
It's so easy to miss the angle up when you're running and shooting like that. I mean, it looked so good. And the fact that the third player coming out was looking the wrong way too. He actually saw him and then pulled out the grenade. That was about to be really awkward. Instead, it's Envy losing another round. 13-6 right here. Saving the AWP at the very least, but what a hero play from Dodo.
Envy's going to be so mad when they watch that replay. They're going to be really, really upset.
Yep.
They've got Envy has B-Rush spawns if they want to go for something quick.
Yeah.
Although Nifty has the op, so I doubt it.
It's also just what a risk. But then again, nothing else seems to work.
Well, I mean, you are going at Dodo, who had that pistol round, who just had that previous one blind. He had the tag for no good reason from Nifty. Dodo seems to have a hot hand at the moment.
Determined not to go extinct.
Classic reference.
4 versus 5 at the moment. Sorry went down early on there. Nifty with the AWP. Again, I would consider him a key player in much of this for Envy. And we've seen good shots, good flicks coming out of him, but just not at a consistent rate. And not, I think, you know, what you were alluding to in the first half, not back-to-back rounds, you know, like they haven't been able to build anything. It's just all been scattered across, you know, they haven't won any rounds in the second half yet, so...
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Dodo just going to ignore that flashbang. There's a Molotov in the double doors, so we knew no one was going to be able to push with it. Playing outside of the B-bomb site for the moment. All of HAVU is paused. All of Envy is paused. They're looking for some kind of a response, and this off angle is so nasty. Krieg, headshot onto Nifty, could not get set in time, and Dodo's looking for the follow-up. Now that's the B defender, so Envy might try and push right back up towards Upper Dark and take the site, but they've elected against it, and they're going right into the stack.
So and Slowy, very good positions here. 30 seconds for that Molotov to go down is really good timing. That's impressive and hard to hold on to a Molotov for that long. Now the follow-up flashbang, 20 seconds, and they're in a 4 versus 3. They were just looking like they had a chance here.
Saw as a Molotov.
Yeah, still has a Molotov. They still have more flashbangs. They're just going to be slowing them down. There's a little bit of a peek, and at least they're going to get the 1 kill, but it's on the bomb here. 10 seconds, and they just had to run forward right into Saw. And Calyx will be down last 14 rounds here for HAVU. What a great defense. Really well timed.
That's a great Molotov as well. Even though it gives away your position with the time left on the clock, they have to swing and take the fight inside the flames. So even if you muff a couple shots, as long as you're doing a little bit of damage, they're going to burn.
Do you know how they went extinct, the Dodos?
Yeah, Sailors killed most of them.
Yeah.
I don't know particularly.
Portuguese sailors clubbed them to death.
Oh, bringing the Portuguese into this, huh?
They were on an island.
Okay.
And so they'd come there as birds that could fly.
Yeah.
But then because there was no predators on the island, so for, you know, hundreds of thousands of years or whatever, they de-evolved flight. So they were flightless birds. And then, because they didn't know what a predator was, when the Portuguese showed up, they just went down to the beach and found these birds that would just walk up to them, and they just clubbed them to death for the fun of it.
Oh.
They weren't actually even, they didn't even taste good, so there was no point to it.
That's a horrifyingly depressing story.
It's real sad.
Yeah, well, thanks for your contributions to today's broadcast. I'm going to go cry in a corner after this game is over.
Yeah, more animal facts.
Great, not the kind that you like.
Well, it's nature, Jason. It's cruel.
It is a cruel mystery.
Envy's getting a taste of that right now, actually. Some real natural selection going on.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, which at the moment it's not looking like it's Envy. Not being clubbed to death yet, but we have time.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Exactly. Double AWP there on Slowy, and sorry that worked tremendously well on Barrage, and now it's back again. And Envy, I'm almost shocked they didn't force in this round. I mean, they went for armor and pistols, but I feel like, again, 14-6 type comeback.
Yeah. Ooh, good tag. Slowy's got the intel, and they're going to come right up catwalk towards the other AWP. It's Zori. They've got 2 flashbangs to force him off the angle. But you have to imagine he's going to get at least 1. Molotov into the corner might slow him down a little bit, forces them to run along the rail, even burns one alive. That was Moose. He was tagged earlier. And HAVU's more than happy to give up the plant. They'll go for the retake.
Which is just fine, as long as they're holding long and they can still do this. And they have so many grenades, so if all of Envy get pushed back on catwalk and have to sort of stay back on those stairs, then these grenades are really going to punish them. Now Nifty's down in the middle, and you can see they've just got no real estate to really stand on here at the end. Calyx, 1 versus 5, and he will get the 1 kill and probably no more than that. Sorry will take him down. A 15th round here. At least there was a bomb plant for Envy. The next buy round is going to be pretty good. That's something to work with. They're in a rough state.
I think that's why HAVU is they're content with giving up the plant as well. They're like, they have the full losing bonus. Even if they don't get the plant, they're going to have a full buy, whatever they want. So the plant, it helps, but I mean, it's nothing crazy. So
no, you're right.
HAVU just saying, take the extra $800. We're just going to make sure that we win this round. Yeah, giving handouts and still spanking that ass. That's
what they're doing. The stop and frisk has turned into something much worse here. Nifty, not seeing anyone down the middle. Sorry, though, looks like he actually wants to take the fight. That's a little bit dangerous for the people running there. It's going to be... Actually, sorry, that was Slowy down the middle. Sorry was there on the catwalk, but he does get a kill anyway. And there's Slowy with the follow-up. They're getting completely decimated.
Yeah, this is just them realizing... you have to imagine this is just the players, whether they want to admit it or not, probably giving up on this map a little bit and losing some focus. You're not flashing, you're not using smokes or Molotovs to neutralize these ops. I wish we could have, I wish we could find out how many opening kills these ops had across both maps for HAVU, because yeah, double op setup on Mirage was just so lethal. Here on Dust 2, it hasn't even had to come out until so late when the map is pretty much already won, but it's just delivered the 3 opening kills of this round.
Yeah, this is what you know, theoretically what you want the double op to be able to do, and it just almost never does. But every time someone picks it up, this is what everyone has in mind for it and how it can be effective. Good little kill for Nifty. HAVU kind of, you know, being a bit aggressive. It's hard to blame them because they've been playing this whole game so well, and I think right now they're just like, that's it. We got the opening kills. Game is won.
Well, there's only 40 seconds on the clock as well, so if you're on HAVU...
And look at where Dodo is standing.
Yeah, well, he's at an off angle, but you could essentially just like knife out in the back of the B platform and just wait. They're going to give up any indication of where they're going before... Actually, it won't even matter. Forget that thought. Dodo is going to get the first. He knows there's one more here. Flash off the wall. Did not go anywhere where he wanted it to, but
no,
it's okay. This round is already lost. Dodo is going to complete a spectacular half. He had that pistol round of like the triple or quad kill that was nuts. He had like 3 rounds in this half that were nuts.
Yeah.
Phenomenal play from HAVU. They didn't lose a single round in that second half.
No, they've actually, that's true. Not even a single one. Impressive play coming out. You love to see it. We'll join you guys soon in the blind spot, won't we? Coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.